Today is going to be a fun day. We're going to be getting fish. Finally, for a tank that's been needing fish. That tank is this tank right here, the 60 centimeter 2-foot aquarium, the AQUARIUM. It's been needing fish, and you can see that the lights are off. That's because we're purposely keeping the lights off for the next 2 days because we just had a huge algae outbreak. It's my fault for not maintaining this tank properly, but I've just added some shrimp in there. I've done some maintenance, so hopefully in the next few days this algae should get taken care of. And yeah, and during that time we're going to add fish into this tank. Now you may be thinking, that's not fun. You're going to add fish in a tank that we can't even look inside of. But no, that's not true. This video I'm gonna record over the next few days, so yeah, we're gonna see the progress of this tank, and hopefully the algae will settle down. We'll turn the lights back on and you'll see how the fish adjust to this tank. So it's gonna be a very fun video because I'm excited for the fish that's going in here. So without further ado, let's go out and get the fish for this tank. It's gonna be really fun because I've been waiting for this fish a long time. I've been going around to all my local fish stores looking for this fish, but recently it just hasn't been around, and yesterday when I went to one of the stores, it was there. So let's go and get that fish. Alright, so this is one of the local stores near me. It's more of a pet shop and not a fish store, so they focus a lot on dogs and cats, but the fish selection here is not too bad, and they've got the fish that I'm looking for, so I'm gonna head in and get them. Alright guys, I got the fish, and I gotta say, they look incredible. Just so much better than I had thought, and I never really liked this fish in the past, but just recently I've started liking this fish a lot, and they look amazing. These are gold tetras, so let's go back home and get them in the tank.
A few moments later.
And there they are in the tank. They look incredible. I can't wait to get them in the tank, but I got 20 of them. They only had 20 in the store, so I bought them all, and it wasn't a cheap fish. These guys cost me about $2 each, so you can do the math there, $2 and 20 of them. But to be exact, it was 237 yen. So if you're extra curious, you can do some calculations there. But yeah, these guys look incredible already. So I'm going to acclimate these guys right now, and I'll get back to you in a few days time. But don't go anywhere because it's a few seconds for you guys and a few days for me. So once the lights turn back on, these fish are gonna look amazing, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, and just like that, a couple days have passed, about 5 days I think, and the fish are looking amazing. They've been doing so well, and yeah, let's feed them, I think. Take a look at this. When I come to take the lid off, they all swim to the top. Like, are they swimming to the top? Yeah, well, kind of. They were doing it earlier, but they're not doing it now because it's on camera. But these golden tetras are just amazing. They are so beautiful. I don't know why I never liked them in the past. I think because they were called gold tetras, but I always saw them as silvery until recently. Like some of the ones I'm seeing recently, they're super gold in color and just really beautiful. It doesn't look like it on camera, but if you look at this fish in person, you'll see it like yellowy, goldy color, and I don't know what to say. It's just a really cool looking fish, and I really like it. So let's say we put some food in here. These guys are starting to get less shy. They were really shy in the beginning. The first 2 days they were quite shy and they would swim to the bottom when I tried to feed them, but now these guys are doing... Oh man, some fell in already. Look how fast they are. Yeah, take a look at that. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think of the 60 centimeter 2-foot aquarium. How do you like these golden tetras? I really love them. I love how active they are, and you can just see they all swim so really like actively. I don't even know what I'm saying, but those fish are amazing. If we get this green carpet to grow back again, I think it'll look even better. And I think we need more fish for this tank. So let me know in the comments down below what other fish you would add into this tank. I'm thinking some cherry barbs, but I'm not sure. Something red maybe that will just pop and stand out. And of course it can't be too big of a fish because this tank is not a huge tank. It's a pretty like small size, medium sized tank, 15 gallons, 2 foot, 60 centimeters. So yeah, and we're gonna have 2 more lined up over here. 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗿𝗲𝗀 build is coming soon. The rocks are in this box right here. I've got to start scaping, start planting it, and it's gonna be really nice to see some planted tanks over here. And this fish room is slowly coming along. If we take a look over here where the sink is, this is my water filtration system. I've been getting some comments about what this actually is. So you can see right here, it's NA water. And there's a carbon block, and I think like, I'm not so sure what this is, but like a cotton or sediment filter or something like that. It takes out chlorines and chloramines. It's not an RODI filter, it just removes chlorines and chloramines, so I don't have to dechlorinate my tanks every time I do water changes. So this hose connects to that, and from there I can fill up my tanks using that over there. So yeah, that's a simple way I do water changes. And I've just got this wooden board right here a few days ago, and I'm going to paint this, try to make it nice. Well, varnish it. I'm not going to paint it because I want the color to be like the same as this thing over here and this thing over here. So I'm gonna have the same colors, and I'm going to attach this right over here so that it lines up and it gives me kind of some space to work on. And I know a lot of you guys have commented many different ideas, and I really appreciate those comments. Some of you said put a triangular table here so that it gives me more space to walk in and out, and also gives me more table space. But I really just like the regular rectangular shape, so I'm going to stick with this. We're going to use these little 90-degree brackets, and we're going to hook them up onto the wall there. And also, once we get that done, once we get this little table countertop hooked up there, we can also build a little countertop up here, a removable, detachable little countertop. So yeah, that is the idea that I've got planned, and I just want to thank you all again for giving me ideas for this fish room. It really helps. So everything is slowly coming together. I can't show you too much yet, but we're getting there. We are slowly getting there. This tank right here, the Madagascar lace plant tank, is kind of cloudy. It's going through a bacterial bloom right now, and I've put some guppies in there to kind of like cycle the tank, and there's so many babies in here already. You can kind of see like babies swimming around. Yeah, so I just put a pair in, and they've been having babies, so it's kind of crazy. But the cryptocoryns are doing okay. I've still got more plants to add in the open spaces. The Madagascar lace plant is kind of slow growing, but you can kind of see new leaves. So yeah, we're getting there. It's just gonna take time. We need patience, and this room will come together. And just a quick update on the 4-foot rainbow fish tank. This tank is super balanced. I haven't done a water change in ages. When your tank is balanced, you really don't need to touch it much. You don't need to do water changes. You can see I haven't done a water change in a while. I haven't topped up in a while. But all the fish are super healthy in this tank. All the plants are doing pretty well. But for a tank like this that's newly set up, you use a lot of aqua soil. It leaches out a lot of ammonia, so you gotta do regular water changes. But once it starts to stabilize, then you can slowly cut off on the water changes until your tank becomes like this, where you eventually like don't have to do any water changes. So this tank, you can see the rainbow fish. They look incredible in here, and yeah, just amazing. The 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀 in the middle, super nice. We've still got a lot of cryptocoryns that we need to move out. This one I'm planning to move into that Madagascar lace plant tank, as well as a few others. So yeah, it's definitely a works in progress. I'm still planning a lot of stuff, some plants for other projects. So yeah, this tank is kind of like a holding tank at the moment right now. I really can't wait for all these tanks to come along. Once this fish room gets all set up, it's gonna look pretty nice, and I'm quite excited for that, and I hope you guys are. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.